Yes, very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to online physics class, grade 10. See, dear students, today just I'm going to discuss with you a fraction concept. Today just I'm going to discuss with you a fraction concept. Yes. So till now we have completed, dear students, about up to reflection. We have completed up to reflection. And in that we are discussing about plane mirror and about spherical mirrors and a mirror formula and relation derivation of relation between focal length and radius of curvature and different problems on that. So ultimately we are completed up to reflection. So today just I am going to discuss with you fraction. Just I am going to discuss with you what is that? The fraction. Fraction. Just what do you mean by refraction? So in our daily examples, we can observe this refraction concept. So just before going to discuss with you, we know very well light is traveling along a straight line path. Actually, light is in the form of wave, electromagnetic wave. So, but this light is traveling along a straight line path. So, up to when it is going a straight line path, up to when means whenever one particular medium will be there. So, in that medium, the light is traveling along a straight line in that particular medium. If there is a two different mediums will be entered, then here also light will be traveling along a straight line. So never it was traveling along the straight line. So whenever a two medium will be there, in that time the light does not traveling along a straight line. So then the light ray will be bending. Sometime it will be towards the normal, sometime it away from the normal. So what is the cause of bending? First, what do you mean by refraction? So today just I am going to discuss with you that. See, dear students, just I will tell you two daily examples. So you might have observed or not, the pond contained water, the pond or lake contained water. In that water, it might to be raised when we see from outside of the pond and outside of the lake. So when we see that water on the pond and lake, so you may observe that water will be rising. Why? Because here two mediums will be occur. One is your outside means one is air medium and that water medium. So furtherly, some of the light ray will be bending. Then you can feel some of the water will be rising. And one more thing is there. For example, if you take a beaker and contain a water. So if you keep a pencil on this, just it will be displaced somewhat. It is not a straight line. So why? Because here also two mediums will be occur. One is a air medium and is a water medium. So for all these examples, we concluded some of the light rays are bending when two mediums will be occur. When two mediums will be occur, some of the light ray will be bending. So this is the reason behind the refraction concept. This is the reason behind the refraction concept. So now I define what do you mean by refraction. See, the bending of a light ray at the interface of two medium when light ray travels from one medium to another medium. What we call the bending of the light ray. The bending of the light ray when the interface of or the boundary of the interface of two media, the interface of two media when light ray travels from one medium to another medium, from one medium to another. Understand? So the bending of the light ray, the interface of two media, when the light ray travels from one medium to another medium, we can say it is a refraction. It is a simple definition of refraction, dear students. Right? So what I told, when light ray is traveling along a straight line, as long as the same medium. When only one medium is there means that time the light ray is traveling along the same medium. Whenever two medium will be occur, then some of the light ray will be bending. It is traveled from one medium to another medium. Means here there are two different mediums will be there. That is rarer medium and denser medium. What do you mean by rarer medium? What do you mean by denser medium? What do you mean by medium? Actually, what do you mean by medium also we don't know. So that all things, I think you know, it is actually revision. I think already CBSE I discussed with all these things. Again, just I will revise here, right? Yes. So if you want, you can note down that point. It is a simple definition of refraction, right? Yes. Yes, first I am going to discuss with you medium. So what do you mean by medium? So in many ways we can use in sound chapters we are using medium. Sound travels through liquids, solids and gases. So there also we can choose medium. And light chapter also, light traveling along air, glass, water, alcohol, kerosene. So all these examples we are telling mediums. Then what do you mean by medium? The simple definition of medium means it is a transparent substance. A transparent substance. A transparent substance. In which light travels. Is known as medium. So for example, air, glass, water, alcohol, etc. Air, glass, water, alcohol, etc. It is a simple definition of medium. So now I am going to discuss with you very important relation between optical density and mass density. So before that, before discussing optical density and mass density, why we are using this optical density means first we should know about rarer medium and a denser medium. So that I am discussing with you, right? So what do you mean by rarer medium and what do you mean by denser medium? Just I want to discuss with you. Understand? Yes. What I told? Rarer medium and denser medium, right? Before this, just I want to remember some of the values, some of the constant values. What is that means? The speed of light in vacuum or air. The speed of light in vacuum or air almost is equal to, approximately equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So it is a constant value. The speed of light in vacuum or air is approximately equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Like that, the speed of light in glass, it is also a constant value, students. It is also approximately equal to 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And next, the speed of light in water. The speed of light in water is also approximately equal to 2.25 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Now I am going to discuss with you. These are the constant values. Just remember what is it? Speed of light in vacuum array, 3 into 10 raised to 8, and speed of light in glass 2 into 10 raised to 8, and speed of light in water 2.25 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So these are the constant values. Now just I want to describe with you. I want to define with you rarer and denser medium. So rarer means a medium in which speed of light is more. Medium in which speed of light is more. It is a rarer medium. A medium, if you take one particular medium in which speed of light is more, we said it is a rarer medium. Understand? Yes. A medium in which speed of light is less. Speed of light is less is known as the denser medium. So this medium in which speed of light is more is known as the rarer medium or optically rarer medium. Here actually speed of light depends on the optical density of the medium. Optical means it is nothing but about optics, right? Optically. So it means optics means the branch of physics which deals with the properties of light. So we can say that the medium in which the speed of light is more is known as the rarer medium, or we can add optical rarer medium also. Like this, a medium in which speed of light is less is known as the denser medium or optical denser medium also. See here, different speeds of light have different optical densities. That's a very important point. Different mediums having different optical density. But here, just don't consider optical density is equal to the mass density. The mass density is different and optical density is different. We know very well mass density is nothing but for any object, if you take how we can calculate mass density means mass per unit volume, we can take mass density. But the optical density is not like that. Then what do you mean by optical density? That a very important note point here that I want to discuss with you, right? Yes. And before that, just I want to conclude all these points. So the speed of light in vacuum array is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So it is a rarer medium. And comparing to these two, air is rarer medium and glass is denser medium. And comparing to these two, air is rarer and glass is denser. But if you see comparing to these two, which is what glass and water, glass is a rarer medium and water is a denser medium. So nothing is there. A medium in which speed of light is more is known as rarer medium. A medium in which speed of light is less is known as the denser medium. Understand? Now we can discuss what is the relation between optical density and mass density. See just the meaning of optical density is actually the speed of light depends on the optical density, dear students. The original meaning of optical density here means it is the ability to refract the light. It is the ability to refract the light. So I am taking optical density. It is a mass density. It is a mass per unit volume. It depends on the mass per unit volume. It depends on the speed of light. And one more thing, it is ability to reflect the light. It is ability to refract the light. See, for example, I am taking example air and water. So here water is optically have more denser compared to air, right? For example, if you take glass and water. glass and water. So here water has more optical density compared to glass. It is nothing but the speed of light, it will be decreases whenever if you take optical density for particular medium, the speed of light will be decreases. It means the light ray does not going that much fast. The speed of the light ray will be decreases. So it means that only it is ability to do the refract the light. And if you take turpentine and water also, water and turpentine, it is actually comparing to water have mass density is more compared to turpentine, but turpentine have more optical density compared to water. Why? Because it is a more optically denser. Compared to water, the speed of light is lesser for this, right? So I think hope everyone got it about what do you mean by optical density and what do you mean by mass density, right? And see different mediums having different speeds of light and different speeds of light having different optical densities. Different mediums have different speeds of light. For example, if you take 3 into 10 power of 8, and for example, you take a glass 2 into 10 raised to 8. For example, if you take water 2.25. So different mediums have different speeds of light. Then different speeds of light have different optical densities. I hope now it is clear about this optical density and mass density, dear students. Yeah. So now this all concept is behind the bending of the light ray when it travels from one medium to another medium. So there are three cases is there when light ray travels from rarer medium to denser medium, when light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, when the incident light ray is incident obliquely on the glass slab. Then what about these three cases? Just I want to discuss with you. The first case is when light ray is travels rarer to denser medium, rarer medium to denser medium, rarer medium to denser medium, denser medium. Then refracted light ray bends towards the normal. Then light ray bends, then light ray bends, then light ray bends towards the normal. Towards the normal. So how it bends means just I will say. I'm taking this a glass slab, right? It is a normal, and it is an incident light ray. It is a normal. It is incident light ray, right? So it is a interface of two medium or boundary of two medium. It is a boundary between the two medium. It is a light ray. It is a rarer medium. It means it is a glass. So it is a boundary between two medium. So whenever it is a rarer medium and it is a rarer and it is a denser. So whenever light ray is traveling rarer medium to denser medium, then light ray bends towards the normal. Light ray means which light ray? At the interface of two medium, the light ray bends towards the normal. And we know very well the angle made by the incident light ray with the normal is known as the angle of incidence, and the angle made by the refracted light ray with the normal is known as the angle of refraction. Here it is not angle of reflection because it is a refraction concept. Then we can say that it is the angle of refraction. But if you see here, it is this much only. The refraction angle covered this much only. But if you see here, the angle of incidence covered this much only. So that means which one having more angle? Angle of incidence having more angle. So then here in this concept, angle I is greater than angle of R. Angle R means angle of refraction. Then angle of incidence is greater than the angle of refraction in the concept of it travels from rarer medium to denser medium. So it bends, the light ray bends towards the normal. And the next one is when light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, then light ray bends away from the normal. The light ray bends away from the normal, away from the normal. So now I am taking it is a glass. See, you can take it is normal and it is incident light. It is now denser medium. It is a rarer medium. Then what happens? It is a normal. It is incident light there. So it bends away from the normal. It bends away from the normal. See, if you take it is angle made with incident light ray with the normal angle of incidence, and angle made with the refracted light ray with the normal is known as the angle of refraction. If you see here, this is this much angle, but this is the this much angle only. Understand? So furtherly here, angle of refraction is greater than the angle of incidence. When light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. Next step. So next one, third one. When a light ray is incident normally on the glass slab, when light ray is incident normally on the glass slab, then the light ray does not reflect it to any side. I mean the light ray does not bending, it just is go to the straight. It is a bending of the light ray, it is a refracted light ray actually, it is incident light ray. So it means here there is no bending of the light ray, then refracted light ray also goes to a straight. So then here angle of incidence, there is no angle of incidence because the incident light ray is incident on the normal itself. So both lines are in the same line, then the angle of incidence is a 0. If angle of incidence is 0, then angle of refraction is also equal to 0. So this is about three conditions when incident light ray travels rarer to denser, denser to rarer, and incident light ray is incident normally. So what happens means it's already we discussed like this. Now I am going to discuss with you laws of refraction. Laws of refraction. Like laws of refraction. There are two laws of reflection will be there. Here there are two laws of refraction also there. What are the two laws of refraction? Did you remember that? So two laws of reflection means incident light ray, reflected light ray, normal at the point of incidence, all are lying same plane. The second rule is angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Here laws of refraction means incident light ray, refracted light ray, refracted light ray, on normal at the point of incidence, normal at the point of incidence, all are lying same plane. All are lying in same plane. That is the first rule of laws of refraction. And second one, the ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence, to the sine of angle of refraction, to the sine of angle of refraction is constant. Sine of the angle of refraction is constant. So that only we can tell sine I by sine R is constant. That constant we can write mu21 or n21. Mu21 or n21. So what do you mean by here constant? This constant we call refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. Here what is the constant here? We call constant is a refractive index. Refractive index of second medium with respect to the refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium. So and this law is also called Snell's law. It's also we call Snell's law. So what do you mean by second law of refraction? the ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant. That constant we call refractive index. This mu or n we call refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. How we can write refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium? See, I told sin I by sin r equal to mu to 1 or n to 1, right? Then we can write it is a sin I by sin r equal to mu 2 by mu 2 by mu. It is how we can write means refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium means ratio of those two mediums mu 2 by mu 1. Then here we also call mu 1 sin I equal to mu 2 sin I. Mu 2 sin I, where it is a mu 1 is the refractive index of first medium, mu 2 is the refractive index of second medium. This also we can call Snell's law. This also we can call Snell's law. We also call it is a Snell's law, right? And now I am discuss with you there are two different points. That is a known point is, one is when light ray travels from one medium to another medium, there are some quantities will be changes and some quantities will be remain same. When light ray travels from one medium to another medium, compulsory speed of light will be changes, right? Of course it will be changes because different mediums have different optical densities. For example, if you see it is a air medium, it is a glass medium. Then see, it is actually moving with a 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second this light ray. Then it is a glass medium, it bends towards the normal, then it moves 2 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second only. When the speed of light ray is changes. It is here in this case it will be decreases, but whenever it is goes to denser to rarer medium, their speed of light ray will be increases. So it is the increase and decreases is depend upon the medium. But the thing is, when light ray travels from one medium to another medium, the speed of light ray will be changes, and consequently wavelength also changes. When light ray travels from one medium to another medium, actually the light rays travel in the form of wave. Understand? So whenever the speed of light will be changes, compulsory the speed the wavelength also will be changes. But frequency remains same. Frequency remains same. So when light ray travels from one medium to another medium, speed of light is changes. Speed of light is changes. And wavelength is changes. Wavelength is changes. And frequency remains. Frequency remains same. Frequency remains same. And we have one relation also that nu is always inversely proportional to 1 by lambda. Frequency is always inversely proportional to wavelength. Frequency of light wave is always inversely proportional to wavelength of light wave. If frequency decreases, wavelength will be increases. And if frequency increases, wavelength is decreases. That is also one relation there, that is a V equal to nu lambda. V equal to nu lambda. Then nu equal to nu, here V means speed of light, nu means frequency, lambda means wavelength. Understand? Then here nu equal to V by lambda. So this here see, this nu and lambda are inversely proportional to each other. Understand? V equal to nu lambda, then nu equal to V by lambda. So here this V and lambda are like, if it is changing, it is also changes, but frequency and wavelength are always inversely proportional to each other. So then what my intention is, whenever light ray travels from one medium to another medium, the speed of light is changes, wavelength is changes, but frequency remains same. That is one node point. And next node point is, so how we can define refractive index? See node 2. So refractive index of a medium is generally denoted by ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. The ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. It is indirectly, or mu is inversely proportional to 1 by v, where here mu is refractive index of the medium and v is the speed of light in medium. If speed of light in medium will be decreases, then refractive index will be increases. So here mu and v is inversely proportional to each other, then u equal to c by v. So then refractive index of a medium it is denoted by ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in medium. Understand? And I want to discuss with you one more thing. Relation between nu and wavelength. So we know Vibgyor, we have different colors will be there in rainbow. So that are the Vibgyor. Understand? So this red color have maximum wavelength. For example, in railway tracks we can use red color. So this red color have maximum wavelength. We have maximum wavelength and minimum frequency. We have maximum wavelength and minimum frequency. But whereas violet have maximum frequency and minimum wavelength. Understand? Just you can remember these two colors, because lambda and nu are inversely proportional to each other always. So then red color have maximum wavelength and minimum frequency, violet have maximum frequency and minimum wavelength. So further we can get it is nu and in this application also we can conclude nu and lambda are inversely proportional to each other. Thank you, dear students.